Greetings citizens, and thanks for joining me here at Smash and Crash. Today we're going to take a quick look at the F7C Hornet, the F7CM Super Hornet, the F7CR Tracker, and the F7CS Hornet Ghost. Let's start off with how to get into these things. You go up to this point here on all of them, and then ta-da! It's the same, the animation's the same, so we're going to stick with just this one look. It is not very cargo friendly, though it is going to have some space and big box replacement and so on. As you can see, the cockpit is loaded with stuff. It is very tactical, it looks really cool, and once it starts to close here, oh there we go. I like the side panels and everything, it's really neat. When it closes, you're going to see there's some bars that are a little obstructive. It's a pet peeve of mine, but it really doesn't hinder the performance of this amazing ship. All the ships have about the same speeds, the greatest variation being between the cruise speeds, which the top is at 650 and the bottom is about 615. Everything else is roughly within about 10 or 15 meters per second. Equally important to their speed is their handling. These things maneuver very well in a fight, and they can escape if they have to, and make quick little runs too. They are quick ships. All of the HUDs on all the different variants are pretty much the same. There's really no difference whatsoever. What you're going to see is on the left side a difference in the stock weapons, but you know, you see that whenever you change your loadouts anyway. This little collection of clips is actually each of the 4 active variants. There is an F7A variant that hasn't been released yet, but we'll get to that one when it comes out. This is a fairly standard combat HUD here, and this is the basic setting. You can of course cycle through them like you can with any other ship, but again, this is really effective for what you're going to need this ship for. It's not likely you're going to be hauling a lot of cargo with it.
Vandal swarm initiated.
Bogey, scanning. Scanning.
Warning.
Let's talk missiles. Dominators, Stalkers, and Marksmen, oh my! Each one of these can be equipped with 2 quad racks, they all have 2 pylons, and now all of them except for the Stalker actually include a quad rack and 8 missiles, either Marksmen, Stalkers, or Dominators. The Tracker unfortunately doesn't, but that's okay. The F7C here is supposed to have them, but it was a little hiccup in 2.2 where I couldn't equip any missiles at all. The racks were there, the pylons were there, the missiles were there, but I couldn't equip them for some reason. So that's okay, because clearly it can handle itself without them. Let's go ahead and address a little bit of a discrepancy between the brochure and the actual website and what you actually get. It comes with 2 size 4 mounts, which is great, but it only includes the 2 Badger repeaters. It has the availability for the canard mount up front, which again is fantastic, but it doesn't include it for the F7C model. It has the big box option for the storage, but it does not include that right off the bat. However, you can also use that for, say, the Flashfire mount, which I love. I'm a big fan of the Combine myself, but the Revenant is also a fantastic weapon to equip onto there. This is the base model. It is still formidable, it is still an excellent ship, but it doesn't come with all the features necessarily shown in the brochure. Those are available options, I assume. The Super Hornet for quite some time was considered the beef supreme of the ships here. It is the quintessential fighter. It has 6 hardpoints that are continuous fire, which is 2 on each unmanned turret and then 2 fixed points on the wings, as well as the 8 missiles that it comes with, which is very, very handy, just like that. And as you can see, it can take a lot of damage. The one in front of me has just taken a serious beating. Mine is not a whole lot better off. In just a second here, you're going to see, there it is. Yeah, it's just trying to blast through my shields, and I happen to win that particular shootout. But again, these are really sturdy ships. They are, again, the quintessential combat ship. According to the specs on here, it's actually very similar to what you find in-game and what you find on the website. The one difference being the nose-mounted, canard mount weapons. They're not the neutron guns, they're actually repeaters. Now you may be asking why I'm not addressing things like the engines or anything like that, and that is because those are still way up in the air with what they're going to be able to do. The additional equipment they can get with them is also way up in the air. So we're just going to address the things that we can kind of see right now, which is basically handling, speed, and weapons. Let's just go ahead and move on to the F7CS Hornet Ghost here. It comes out the gate with 2 size 4 hardpoints that have 2 Badger repeaters, and then it does have the turret mounts. has the canard mount, has the mount on the back, but there's nothing there at the moment. You'll have to equip those later. They're currently not equipable in 2.2, and it does also have the 8 marksman missiles, which is fantastic. It's got the 2 quad mounts. However, this isn't designed for straight up combat like something, say the Super Hornet is. It is very much so designed for being sneaky, low emissions. I mean, it's even got an armor refit on there. That armor refit helps with both stealth and appearance. This thing looks really neat. It's like the stealth bomber of the Hornets. The brochure page does show everything that it can have, not what it does have. However, what it does have on top of the basic weapons that we discussed earlier is the armor refit, which isn't quite fully active yet, but it does impact how it looks, which is actually it looks really cool. Once again, I do like the way that this thing looks a lot, but it should also help reduce things like the signal that it gives off or for radar. It also has a lower emission, so it's going to be harder to pick up on any sensors when you're flying around trying to evade things like pirates, or if you are a pirate, when you're trying to evade things like blockades. It also has some storage space in there, so if you happen to be a pirate trying to evade a blockade or just protect your goods from pirates, this is a good way to go and sneak around. Now this one is the tracker, the F7CR. That little plate in the middle there that's replacing the unmanned turret, that is actually the long look radar system. It's designed specifically for kind of what it sounds like. It's an amped up version of the sensors that are currently on the ships. Most likely it's going to be able to pick up things from a distance. Most likely it's going to be able to pick up ships with lower emissions, things like the Ghost. But for the time being, we're not entirely sure what it's going to do. Here again are some of the specifications on the things you can get on there. You can still replace the front mount with the canard. Now it's possible you may be able to replace the long look radar, but why would you want to do that? You have this ship for a very specific reason. I'm kind of hoping this turns out to be like a beefy version of the info runner, maybe without the download capacity, but with the sensors and stuff, being able to do the recon is going to be very important, and this thing can certainly hold its own while doing recon. All you have to do is slap a couple more guns on here. Still has 8 missiles that it can hold. It's got 2 pylon mounts. It does not include the missiles or the quad racks, but you can load it up, and it is a force to be reckoned with. Whether you're a dogfighter, a smuggler, a mercenary, a businessman, whether you're transporting cargo or just helping people transport cargo, the Hornets offer something for you. The F7C model is a base model that you can build up as you go and customize it right off the bat. The Super Hornet is already customized and well designed for space superiority, and of course, the Ghost is good for sneaking. If you need to get past somebody without getting shot, the Ghost is a good way to go. Now, as good as the Ghost is at hiding, the tracker is good at seeking. It can find you whatever you need to find. It's like a truffle pig. Or at least I hope it is, because, we gotta wait for the new long look radar to come out. But either way, I like the idea of it being a truffle pig. Maybe I've said truffle pig too many times. Will that stop you from coming back to watch my videos? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for joining me here at Smash and Crash for a quick look at the F7C Hornet, the F7CM Super Hornet, and all points in between. I really appreciate you all checking this out. If you like what you saw, please let me know. Like, share, post on Facebook, post on Twitter, just subscribe on YouTube. That'd be fantastic. If you didn't like what you see, please let me know. Emails or comments are always welcome. Thank you very much once again for joining me here, and I will see you in the verse. Truffle pig. Ah, dang it.